Peace, family. Last night, me and my man was talking on the phone, and he was asking me about, when are we gonna do this? And I said, bro, your frustration is nothing compared to mine. I mean, I've been preparing for our people to come together for so long, and I said, but the thing is, the sad part is, when I put my content out there, I get a lot of response. I get a lot of feedback from it. But I get more reaction from white people than I do blacks. And the disappointing thing is, when I put out my objectives, blacks are coming together, working, building their own independent businesses, industries, and institutions, establishing our own economic flora, governing our own affairs. You know, nobody really come to me and be like, well, Jonathan, how are we going to do this? What's your plan? What do we do first? I think they like the sound of it, but there's not no real strong inquiry. Because even if I was to say I want to build an organization to safeguard and promote our way of life, where our people can prosper in all aspects of life. And I say, and one of the things that's ingenious about my plan is the money that we would take in as an organization, we could pay out more than what we take in. And nobody asked me, how's that possible, Jonathan? That's some kind of Ponzi scheme, or that's some kind of... And trust and believe, for a large percentage of people, my organizational concept will allow me to pay out more than what this organization takes in. And that's literally and figuratively. When you say peace of mind, how much is your peace of mind worth? If you invest it into yourself, and this investment caused you to have peace of mind over a certain area, a certain vital area of your life, for not only the rest of your life, but for the rest of the lives of black people, period, how much would that be? How much would you be willing to invest in yourself to have that peace of mind, knowing that this is something that you can enjoy in your lifetime? Because one of the things me and my man was talking about last night, I said, this guy that I was talking to, he had said that I don't want to be up here 80 years old still talking the same old thing. And I said, I understand. And I said, and the thing is, I'm almost 60 years old, and I don't want to be up here talking this for the next 20 years. I want to be able to do it. But one thing I am certain of, that once we start this, even at 56 years of age, I know I can see the results of it within my lifetime. I know it. There isn't a person listening to my voice today that's going to live to see Jesus Christ come down out this heaven and do for us what we should have done for us. Not a one. Your great-great-great-grandmama, your great-great-great-grandfather, all of them died waiting on this Jesus to show up. Pushing the same narrative on our people. If I do see Jesus, I drop dead from the shock. I'm talking about my people believing and participating in something that they can believe in, that they can experience themselves. They don't have to read about the experience of somebody happened that may or may not existed thousands of years ago and think that it applied to them today. My organizational concept will have us united as a people, establishing our own constitution, our own value system, We will be the envy of the world, helping each other, building together. And we can do it without the assistance of white people. The bottom line is, well, let me put it like this. I'm going to say this. I'm watching this infomercial on the internet, and they're talking about this Vibe board, and I want to get one. It costs about $3,200. It's like a big whiteboard, and it's an infinite screen where you could write on it and slide it down and you would never run out of space. $3,200 this thing costs. Said they sold over 28,000 of them. $28,000 or 28,000 sold at $3,200 a piece. That's $89,600,000 that company made just selling one product. If black people get into the mindset of creating their own and manufacturing their own, hiring their own, paying, can you imagine if we did that for ourselves, created our own whiteboard and sold it for $3,200 and sold 28,000 of them to our people? There's 50 million blacks in this country. Do you know how many businesses that it would take just to employ that many people? Do you know how many demands there would be for a whiteboard in these businesses that we can communicate with each other so we can actually see what our money is doing? 28,000 is a drop in the bucket. If I ask my people to invest in this alone, it should be worth it. But let's expand this to cars. Let's say black people start manufacturing their own vehicles, and we sold the same 28,000 vehicles at, let's just say, $16,000 a piece. And that's a low-end cost of car. That's a low-end car. You sold 28,000 vehicles at $16,000, that's still $448 million. $448 million. And that's in 1 year. When was the last time GM just sold 28,000 vehicles? Newsflash, never. They've always sold millions of cars. But let's make this a little bit more realistic. Let's say we manufactured our own cars, sold at $36,000 a piece, the same 28,000, but this time there's $36,000 we pay for. That's $1,008,000,000 for a $36,000 vehicle in 1 year. This is our reparations right here. This is our economic floor. This is the restoration of our people. This is living our pre-slaved existence right here. Imagine we multiplied this over the next 50 years. If we started this today, by the time I'm 60, this will be billions of dollars that we have made for our people. Millions of jobs that we can create for ourselves. We don't have to depend on nobody else to make our cars. We be making them ourselves. We be expanding in all types of businesses. And then we can create economic and social political pressure on the existing establishments. That's the plan I have for my people. And I wish that they would be as passionate about this as I am. Because like I say, ain't nobody going to fall out the sky to do this for us. But the person in the mirror will.